Hello, and welcome to the Paper Horse Media Weekly Recap. This week we've got 4 stories for you, and we're covering all major equestrian disciplines. So, polo, dressage, and show jumping. Let's get started. The first story is about the Nations Cup, and it of course pertains to USA's win, ending a 5-year drought against Germany. The team was led by chef d'equipe Christine Torrig, who after the win said, "When a team comes together and there's camaraderie, it's pretty incredible what can be done." They put on a pretty incredible performance, which Anna Merrick rounded out going last. We love a story like this because it just goes to show a perfect round isn't always a winning round. And her test was slightly interrupted by her horse Fable's quirk of whinnying out when he hears another horse do so, as one did during her test over at the Hunters Derby. But still, her partnership with Fable proved decisive in sealing gold. The highest individual score was scored by Germany's Freddie Wandris aboard Varenberg. He was of course on the podium for the silver medal, next to an interesting lineup of teammates including Nations Cup veteran Michael Klimke, of course Freddie's fiancée Lars Ligas, and Emma Cecilia Lenert, who was actually competing in her first Nations Cup for Germany. So you can read more about that in the full story, of course. There's quite a bit more on the USA team, if that interests you. Next is a story that serves as an example not to judge a horse's potential too early. Now, Daniel Bluman is very passionate about producing horses, passion that of course paid off in his win of the 4-star WEF Challenge Cup round last week with his current star, Malina. Malina has been a part of Bluman Equestrian since she was 6, but she started off with Daniel's brother, Stephen. Daniel would take over when Malina was 8, but he said while he liked her at first, she wasn't one of his favorites. Now, post their win, Daniel said, "You fast forward, and when you look at them, she's his favorite 9-year-old horse." The 3-time Olympian referred to this win as a tipping point for the mare. However, he admitted it's still a work in progress. This is demonstrated by the decision not to compete in the Saturday Night Lights class and risk overfacing her, or giving her a full-on surprise at her young age. We hope that story will resonate with those of you who know where a horse starts isn't necessarily where it finishes. It's certainly a testament to the benefits of that kind of perseverance anyway, and if you want to read more about it, you know what to do. Next up, a rare family story at the top level of polo. Casey Krueger is stepping into the spotlight for the 22-goal Gauntlet of Polo alongside her husband Steve for Team BTA. Now, while the husband and wife dynamic is unusual for the sport at this level, Casey doesn't think about it. She prefers to focus on the team. This step up to the high goal for Casey came after her father, Kelly Beal, decided to sit this season out. Her father suggested that she take his place. While it's her first time in high goal, she's had help from Steve in preparing her horses, and she says Coach Tommy Biddle has been instrumental in giving her confidence on the field. Despite being new to the level, Casey has already made an impact. In a recent match, she earned Most Valuable Player, reflecting her effectiveness in taking higher handicap players out of the play. She says she's more comfortable defending than running solo to goal. Off the field, it's a full family affair, with Steve and Casey balancing polo with raising 2 children. Thankfully, they do get some support from Casey's parents. We interviewed Casey the day before BTA were going up against high goal heavyweights La Dolphina Tamara in the mini quarterfinals of the USPA Gold Cup. She told us that afternoon she had plans first to do laundry and then go to a team meeting, a full-on schedule for a polo-playing family. While we knew they were the pre-match underdogs, we now know they put up a respectable fight despite losing the game. However, the next stop will be the US Open, which starts in April, so wish them best of luck. Lastly, we have a thrilling showdown between cousins Mark and Daniel Bluman at the Winter Equestrian Festival. This was the 150 grand, 4-star, 1.50 m series final. Mark Bluman and Felina Deceptin set the pace first with an impressive jump-off round. They stopped the clock at 47.22 seconds, and this gave them the lead ahead of top contender Kent Farrington. But the excitement continued as riding next, Daniel Bluman knew exactly what he was up against. Spurred on by what is clearly a friendly rivalry, he gave it everything, and it paid off. He crossed the finish in 47.10 seconds aboard Gemma W. Daniel edged ahead by just over a tenth of a second to claim victory. Barrington would ultimately finish third to round out a tightly contested podium. Despite the narrow loss, Mark had plenty to celebrate. His consistent performances throughout the 12-week competition earned him the 1m50 series title. This proved his strength across the season, and we don't doubt the $10,000 gift card hurt his feelings any either. Check out the full story. There'll be more details on that exciting series final. So that's going to round out the recap for this week. Very competitive, some exciting stories from all the disciplines. As ever, you will find the links you need in the description of the video if you do indeed want to check out the full stories. And make sure you check us out on TikTok, Instagram, all of that. Check out our media partners, and thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.